Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. In the last episode, we went to the Isle of Gust, and we're here in the Temple of Winds to find the second fairy and whatever other goodies we can find inside. Of course, being the Temple of Winds, we're gonna have plenty of, well, wind to deal with. As you can see, more of these sort of wind puzzles that really just require us to just kind of wait and then go. Ironically, also, there's gonna be a lot of bomb-based puzzles in this, there's basically a lot of wind and a lot of bomb-based puzzles, which is something you don't really see too often. Wind and bomb-based puzzles. So this puzzle, basically, throw the bomb where it is, it'll activate both switches at once. Otherwise, the switches will just take, like, they basically act, like, that's literally how long they activate otherwise. There's no other way to do it except for simultaneous bombing, so fairly simple puzzle. Probably gonna show off how to fail it first, but it's relatively straightforward. You just throw a bomb there and you're good to go. This one, you just basically can block the wind using a block, and this will actually turn off the other wind thing as well, so you can just kind of, I guess, skip half the puzzle. I also kind of question, well, actually, out of curiosity, does it turn off the other one here too? That's actually my question. It does, so my question is if you can use the boomerang to hit that switch. I don't know, but I just use the block because they give you a block there, and that really doesn't serve any other purpose, so I kind of assume it's the thing that you have to do, but I don't know! So, really, who knows these days? I mean, the thing is, these dungeons are really, generally fairly simple on the puzzle side. It's almost a little bit disappointing. As you can see, there's the door here. I don't know what these doors really have to do. Like, you just kind of touch them, they just kind of open. I don't really understand the purpose of them. Like, what do they serve exactly? Except to make you think that there's like a locked door or something there. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but you activate the door here, you can activate a shortcut, obviously, to get back to the beginning. Relatively straightforward. The game does tend to give you plenty of shortcuts as you go. Wait for the wind to go away, and the usual watch out for the bats. Luckily, our shield tends to block most frontal attacks, which actually makes the keys relatively easy to get past in comparison to other games. The shield's actually decently useful in the Phantom Hourglass / Spirit Tracks style games. It's not too bad. But yeah, Temple of Winds, fairly straightforward dungeon. There's a few interesting things we'll have to take care of along the way, but it's relatively straightforward. So we'll go ahead and just take care of it in an episode, and it'll be good to go. So, by the way, those 4 snakes, wow, such a challenging fight there. I wasn't sure if I could make it. Then they just give you a room where you just get money and health. It's a really kind temple. The traps are like, oh, just a couple snakes, and then I'll just give you a room full of money. Rude. Stop. Snake. Had enough of these mother freaking snakes in this mother freaking dungeon, because saying the other would be a bit rude. Also, there's a treasure chest here, and there's also the end of dungeon boss key thing here. So, gee, I wonder what chest could have the boss key in it. Couldn't possibly be that big one over there. As you can see, though, we need something else to get up here. There's also some blocks blocking the way. So we'll get back to this room later on. Obviously, being the place where the boss is, it's kind of the last thing we're going to have to deal with. So we're going to want to pull this thing over here. It basically has wind over here, and then there's a gap that we can't quite jump across. So if you put 2 and 2 together, we actually need to use the wind to get across. First of all, though, we have this guy who's like, hey, the number of treasure chests left is 1. Well, we can pay the 20 rubies to see where it is, but we already know where it is. We saw it. So no, we're not going to pay for your silly, because the big chests do count for treasure chests, so we don't need to pay for that. You already know that's a thing. So push the wind thing over here. Once it's close enough, you can ride the wind across, just as we did to get inside the dungeon. And once again, another shortcut back to the beginning over here. So basically with that, we've pretty much completed the entire first floor of like 3 in this dungeon. So it's not a long dungeon, all things considered. It doesn't actually take that long to get through it. And the most annoying thing about this dungeon, though, is these new enemies. Basically, you hit these rocks, and there's actually a rock chew underneath them. The only way to stop is by throwing a bomb at them first and then killing them. Which is just kind of tedious, I guess. As you can see, this dungeon revolves around bombs. Hint, 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 hint. I suppose it's going to be pretty obvious what we're going to be getting in this dungeon. But we have... It is kind of interesting, I will admit, to have a wind-based dungeon around bombs. It's different. It's a little weird. Usually bombs are like fire sort of themed stuff, but we already had that. We got a boomerang, so I guess fire is wind and wood is fire and all sorts of backwards in the world of Phantom Hourglass. We're like the Twilight Zone. I mean, we fell into a ghost ship and got taken between another world. We may as well be in the Twilight Zone where like wood is strong against fire and Fire is strong against wind. It's like all sorts of backwards Pokemon going on up in here. It's certainly a thing. Also, these guys will drop money as often as usual, so hopefully one of these will drop a 20 rupee or something. But alas, it seems like my money needs are going to be ignored today. So we have a puzzle. It's a fairly simple puzzle. When 2 wings flutter, the door will swing wide. Thank you for that interesting tidbit. Basically, the 2 wings that are fluttering can refer to these. Hey, you're gonna drop money, right? Hey, you did! Yay for monetary purposes. Anyway, this switch will open the door over here instead. So, nothing too exciting. It's actually, oh, there's a treasure chest over there, by the way, but nothing too exciting. We can kind of, there's nothing else we can really do. This path is blocked off, even though it doesn't show up on the map. It is actually blocked off over there, so kind of interesting how that doesn't show up on the map, I guess. These sort of things here, they don't really show up. I don't know. It's kind of weird, and then they're blocking over here as well, so you can't exactly rely on the map 100% of the time. Sometimes you just kind of have to go with the flow. But we get ourselves a Rudo Crown, and I mean, that's fair. The maps in most Zelda games don't really give that much information, so a Zelda professional should be used to it by now. So if you try to hop the wind here, it'll just take you across the path. We didn't make use of that block, basically, to get there, but go across the path, because across the path will be a courage gem, and that's always good times. So that's a 1 courage gem for us, and now we can actually go ahead and complete the puzzle the proper way. So what we need to do is take this block and push it where the other block is over there, because that's the way we get forward. And that's too far. Try again, Link. There we go. So push it over here. That will block one of the wind things that allow us to land on top of that block, which will then allow us to go to the right. So, strange wind puzzle. Like I said, the Isle of Gust was kind of in preparation for all the wind puzzles we're going to have to deal with, and a lot of the mechanics we're going to have to deal with in this dungeon we kind of learned along the way, which I will admit that's a mark of good game design when the area preceding a dungeon would teach you the mechanics that you use in the dungeon. It's kind of like the level is the study, and then, you know, the dungeon's the test of sorts, for like some sort of school analogy or something like that. But the number of treasure chests is 2. Well, we may as well, I mean, we have 1350 rupees. I think 20 is not going to be that big a deal. So the 2 are right there. We have 1 over here and 1 over here. So keep a note on that. But neither of them are really that hard to get. Go ahead, erase it, Mr. Guy. See if I care. So we're going to go ahead and blow up this wall. And welcome back to Creepy Sand Guy Land. Yeah, we have to deal with these guys again. It's a little bit obnoxious, so go ahead and I want to dig here. There we go. So let's get these little wind patches all around. What the importance for these are will be revealed over here, though. As you can see, I'm trying to just dig. I just tried to dig up the sign. Link, why are you trying to dig up the sign? So when all the pillars rise, the basically hit these specific 4 wind holes. So mark them on your map as usual. And basically, we gotta go digging in the world of crazy worm face people. Oh boy. Okay, so basically, try to get your shovel out and click on the spot. You can run over there, dig, and then run away in time. There's lots of save zones around this area, so you should generally be okay. Basically, any of these sort of areas will always be safe zones of sorts, so keep that in mind. And we'll get ourselves a power gem. So now up to 4 power gems, 3 courage gems, and 2 wisdom gems, if I remember correctly, which is stop. There's a cracked wall over here. However, there's no bomb flower anywhere nearby, so we're gonna have to deal with that accordingly. I don't really feel like I have the time. We're gonna try to actually take my time on this one here. Go a little slow. And we can go now. So dig up the thing, it'll light up that torch. Basically, that just indicates you dug up one of the right holes. No, he caught me! Couldn't get around the corner in time. Oh boy. I really don't like the worms. They're annoying to deal with. They're not even like that dangerous. They're just a nuisance at best. I don't know. I don't really care for them. Hi, I see you there. Don't appreciate it. I see you there as well. Still don't appreciate it. Oh, hang on. I want to actually. You know what? Let's just deal with him. Make our lives easier here. Hey, buddy! Have a bomb. Hope you like it. It's bomb flavor. Sounds delicious. Anyway, that's 1 more of these, and we have a final one over here. By the way, locked door over here, so we're gonna need to find a key first before we can get to the other treasure chest of this floor. So, basically, let's try to make our way up here without alerting Mr. Worm. You know what? I don't even care. You can go ahead and eat me. See if I... Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I almost had that, but he may have gotten me first. Okay. So, dig up the wind, and that will open up that door, and that door. So the other door has a key, as we've seen, but these two doors are now open. We can go in either one, doesn't matter the order. We're just going to run this one first so we can escape from the evil worms. And we're kind of here in another area. By the way, take note of the fact that there is a 100 rupee thing over there. There is a way to get that, but we don't quite have the means of getting to it yet. But there is that's an important hint for how to get it, is the fact that it's slightly to the left of the door we went into. Anyway, for now, we're going to go ahead, head upstairs, and we'll actually be able to start to deal with some of the puzzles here. So first of all, this guy's going to tell us how many treasure chests are left on the floor. But there's no treasure chests left on the floor. I'm going to have to talk slow so I don't trip over my own words every 2 seconds, but as if the hint wasn't obvious enough, the game pretty much blatantly tells you, hey, there's wind and a thing with the flutter, push the thing. Like, that's the problem I have with this game. All of the puzzles are just so extremely hand-holdy. It doesn't leave you any room to figure them out at all. That puzzle literally is like, hey, go do that. And you're like, okay, guess I'll just go do that. You probably didn't really need to tell me that. That was pretty much the basic of basic puzzles, but, I mean, thanks, I guess. I don't know, I don't like how hand-holdy this game gets sometimes. It's one of the bigger detriments of this game, and why I consider it fairly low on the Zelda hierarchy, is just too much hand-holding. It's a Zelda game, you gotta find the things out for yourself, and this game does not give you enough leeway to do that. I mean, even when we did do the first one, you over here again, and again, it's gonna be like, hey, better show this cutscene, because you didn't figure out the first time. Like, I mean, I guess this one you can't really, you can't get over to this side, you have to actually pull it, but really, it's not a hard concept. You just pull these two things, and then, I mean, it even gives you a hint over here. It literally gives you a hint right here about what to do. They give you a hint, and then they show you what to do. Neither of those things were even necessary. There's propellers, and you have wind. It's not a hard concept, but apparently the game just wants to really hold your hand, treat you like you're like a 5-year-old. Which, I mean, I suppose 5-year-olds could play this game, but, I mean, give a 5-year-old a game with kind of mediocre controls then, so pick your poison game. Are you gonna have these weird touchscreen controls that really just don't work well, or are you gonna hold, I mean, I guess they're not mutually exclusive. Ow. It was a little greedy. Also, why am I going this way? The puzzle is over here, so actually, there's a safe path literally to get right to the key, so we're gonna do just that. Open the door. And inside, well, you can kind of see over here, but we'll have the big chest, which has the item of the dungeon. And surprise, surprise, it's bombs. So we now have the ability to have bombs of our own. We no longer need to rely on bomb flowers. So all those bomb flower puzzles are now done with, because now we have the ability to do bombs on our own accord. Also, now you'll find packs of 3 bombs in pots. As if finding hearts wasn't, well, I think you don't really need hearts in this game. So we'll go ahead and equip the bombs. If you want to just deal with these worms, you can just be like, hey, worm. Oh. Well, okay. I was gonna feed it to that worm down there, but apparently that one just wanted to die a lot quicker, so good for you, sir. You really wanted that suicide there. You done good. Anyway, so as you remember, there's a 100 rupee thing to the left of this door, so take one of your new bombs, throw them over there, and hope the worm doesn't... Worm? I needed that bomb for something. Worm? Can we stop with the whole eating my bombs thing? I appreciate that you all want to line up to kill yourself because you're a terrible enemy, and I hate you immensely. But can you not suicide when I actually need the bomb for something? I would appreciate that immensely. Anyway, big green rupee, 100 rupees. Cool story, but what we really need to do is just head over to the left here. Oh god, oh god, oh, that roll actually kind of saved my life there. Well, saved me from a mild inconvenience. You know what? I don't like you either. You kill yourself too. As you can see, you can throw multiple bombs. You're not limited to just one on a screen at a time, so feel free to go nuts, although you only have 10 bombs to start with, so we'll have to wait till we get upgrades before we can really spam them, but for now, you can kill the worms. No big deal, but this area will basically be the way to progress further. This teaches you that bombs, for some strange reason, can ride on the wind. Not really sure how that works, but apparently that's how it works, so we're gonna go ahead and ride on the wind and deal with that. Restock up on all of our bombs. As you can imagine, the dungeon with bombs in it will actually be the one that has the... they'll have plenty of bomb refills, basically, every 2 seconds, because obviously you need to use the bombs for a second. Sorry about sort of losing my train of thought with that puzzle. You can actually put the bomb away. It doesn't actually light till you throw it, so that kind of works out as well. You can also throw it, then pick it... Oh, throw it and sort it. Can you actually pick it up again, though? Yeah, you can. So if you need to do that, you can. So this long chain of bombs is basically going to allow us to hit this switch and go from there. The thing is, though, the switch, it will be timed. So what you want to do is throw this bomb over here, and right before it, while it's about to explode, you head over to this door and be ready to rush into it as soon as it opens, because it will close again after a few seconds. And that being said, for some reason, once you pass it, it will stop. And you heard the beep, that means it's timed, but once you cross it, it'll stop the timer and stay permanently open. Not sure exactly how that works, but also these guys are everywhere now, so we're gonna have to spam our bombs and do that. So this is just hinting that sometimes you can bomb walls that aren't cracked. Gee, it would be a shame if it didn't make it painfully obvious which one we had to do. Game, you and your hand-holding, I swear to goodness, it's not necessary, please. There we go, run my bomb. I got stupid, everything's suicidal in this dungeon, I swear to goodness. Did I? Okay, I got that bomb, good. I do want to keep my bombs fairly stocked because we are getting actually fairly close to the boss already. So, dungeons in this game actually fairly quick, or at least early on. Can you stop? Really appreciate having a shield, just because when the enemies just pop out of nowhere, it gives you, I guess, a way to stop that. Also, once again, the point of that door, no idea. I'm really complaining today, I don't even know why. But yeah, my recording's kind of being a little worrisome right now, which is why I'm sounding slightly distracted, because I'm like, recording, why are you, it's mostly Audacity, like, why are you kind of being all jerky right now, but I think we're okay. Anyway, the more of these bomb guys, they're basically everywhere now that we have portable bombs, go figure. Also, once again, they're, oh man, which wall do we bomb? Would be a shame if there was a clue right here. Game, once again, I mean, I guess there should be some sort of clue, but it's almost kind of too blatantly obvious, I don't know. Maybe I just expect deeper puzzles in my Zeldas. I mean, Link Between Worlds certainly stumped me a few times. This one I admit is decent. This is a decent puzzle, because you have to take what you learned before. But actually, does one bomb even cut it? Will I be able to reach both of these if I throw one bomb in the middle? Nope. What you have to do then is you have to throw two bombs, one on each one, because the one bomb will trigger the other bomb, which will trigger the rest of them, and voila! You have your door opening. Because once again, these things last about 1 split second, so there's no way to hit them both otherwise. Anyway, we're back up here on top of the treasure chest over here, which will give us the boss key. And all we need to do is just jump down this gap and bring the boss key over the door here. That being said, we actually need to clear the way first, so just do the usual, throwing a bomb. How a bomb can float on wind, I don't know. They're generally fairly heavy and filled with explosives, but apparently it works, so heck if I know. Yeah, and that was the one treasure chest on the floor. Just want to check that just to make sure the big chest counts. It does. Speaking of which, we have this giant key that prevents us from moving well, and yet at the same time, it can still that must just be really powerful wind if it can just lift us up like that. It's kind of a little silly. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and it is boss time, in fact. So the wind kind of will phase you for a little bit here, but it's really no big deal. Just head up here, and we have once again another pointless door, and just some restocking. So health and bombs, you want to go in here with 10 bombs, always a good call. If you need to restock more, as always, you have your warps at the entrance that will spawn now, so go there, head back to the entrance. I may as well just for the heck of it, let's just go ahead and go in here and go back. So yeah, just takes you back, and as usual, we can just head back there, and it will respawn the pot. So if for some reason you're just completely devoid of bombs because you felt like throwing them at everything and everyone, which, to be fair, I don't blame you because it's explosive, and, you know, that's fun. But you can easily restock all your bombs by doing that if need be. Anyways, welcome to the boss, and welcome to the first boss that uses both screens in Phantom Hourglass. It's Cyclonic, Stir of Winds. So once again, fire is the weakness to bombs. We're going to basically use our logic of bombs can be sent airborne to hit him on the top screen, using his own cyclones, which Celia warns us that he can use wind against us. No, really! I didn't catch that from the fact that he was an Octorok riding a tornado. Which, by the way, why is there an Octorok riding a tornado in the first place? I don't even know, but the way you attack him basically is you use his cyclones, use his shadow as an indication, and basically just time it so the bomb will hit him as it rises up. It'll knock him down to the ground, and you can slash his pretty little face in with your sword. Oh man, so much facial damage. Just It's just an unfortunate thing. Ooh! Facial damage. I know what I can do. Alright, let's do the usual. He will have a couple attacks if he actually gets a chance to. Well, maybe I'll show up, but spin attacks to the face! Aw, yeah. Everyone's favorite. So I don't think it really matters. I think the fights are designed for you to do just a certain amount of damage before he goes back up, so it doesn't really matter how you damage him. Doesn't make it any easier or worse. So he'll spit down tornadoes at you, or he'll charge you like that and just run around him, and the tornado will that you can use will change on occasion. Can you do your other attack just for demonstration purposes, please? Thank you. He can spit tornadoes at you like a good old Octorok can, so that's really the best he can do. It's not really anything too special. So every time he charges, the tornado will shift, so go ahead and just get back in position. You can be fair, I mean, just use a shadow. When his shadow is over the tornado, it's generally a good time to throw the bomb. If you do need more bombs, there's bombs around the arena. You can also, use pots to get more bombs if you need to, so really no excuse to not stay decently stocked. So the tornado's gonna die. The one's over here now, so just let him make his way over here somehow. Come on. Oh, there's a bomb over. There's tornadoes going on. I don't like it. Alright, now you're just being annoying, sir. Okay, apparently the right one just doesn't get any love. That's okay. So there we go, he's under it, and hit him again. I think this should finish him off, and indeed, it does. Not really the most difficult boss in the world, Mr. Cyclos. You just it's just all about timing. Use his shadow. That's definitely the most important thing. His shadow will be key to aiming your bombs probably, because when his shadow's over the tornado, you're pretty much going to guaranteed hit him with a bomb, so if you time things well, you'll be good to go. And with that, guys, we get more sand for our Phantom Hourglass finally, since I guess we didn't really get sand from the first boss, we didn't the Hourglass then. Every time we kill a boss, we'll get a couple more minutes added onto the Phantom Hourglass, which will, of course, help us get further and further into the Temple of the Ocean Kings. Not that we were pressed for time to begin with, but as the temple gets longer and longer, you are going to need the extra time, so handy if the bosses can upgrade that, as well as the usual dropping a heart container, so we'll be able to do that as well. So more sand for the Hourglass, 2 more minutes. So I think that takes us up to what, 12? I forget how long we even started with. It's been a long time since I've recorded. But basically we have more time in the Hourglass. Really, we're okay. I think it gives 15 minutes. So now it's 7. I don't remember. We'll have an extra 2 minutes than what we had before. That's what's important. Anyway, because honestly I don't really pay that much attention to the time, because really, you generally have more than enough time to get to the Temple of the Ocean King if you're decently efficient, so it works out. Anyways, now we have a blue fairy! So we have a red fairy, we have a blue fairy. I want you to bet we're going to get a yellow fairy for our third one. But it's Neri, the spirit of wisdom. We've slain the Tornado Octorok. Once again, Tornado Octorok. What? But anyway, she's free, and yeah, we got courage and wisdom, or no, we got power and wisdom, so obviously the last one would be courage. I mean, it's pretty obvious we've gotten spirit gems of the courage variety, and it's that whole Triforce thing. It's just kind of how it works. So where's the Ocean King? We still don't know. That's still a mystery that we have to solve here, but we now have 2 of the major spirits. Only 1 remains before we'll be able to take on the ghost ship and delve further into its mysteries and happenings of this world. So there we go, 2nd dungeon complete. Not too bad. It's not a terrible dungeon, it just handholds you a lot, and it's just sort of weird. It's a wind-themed dungeon that revolves around bombs. It's just, I don't know, it just strikes me as a little bit strange, I guess. I don't know, but heart container, we're now up to 6 hearts, which, as you know from the other Zeldas I've played, 6 hearts is where I really start feeling actually decently comfortable with my health, and I'm not worried about having to die all the time, although this game really does not threaten you too much. It gives you hearts every 2 seconds, and the enemies really don't hurt you that much. But with that, guys, we have now finished the Wind Temple, so all we have to do is basically just head back down here, head to Linebeck, and we can take on the next area of the game in the next episode. So all I have to do is just kind of hop our way down here, make our way back to our good buddy, and in the next episode, guys, I will jump on top of one of these guys and try to steal money from them. No. In the next episode, we're gonna go ahead and in the next episode, we're gonna check out what's in our mailbox. That's what we're gonna check out. So we have a few mini games and stuff to take care of, I think, and the Temple of the Ocean King will return again. Not sure if I'm gonna take care of the mini games first or the Temple of the Ocean King first, but we're going to do one of them basically. So that's gonna happen in the next episode, guys. LuckySevenDX signing out. See you all in the next episode of Phantom Hourglass. Bye bye.